Hi there.
It's been a while.
It's way too long. Where have we been, Kim?
Do you know what? Since we've come back from Davos, things have just been fabulously busy, which is great, with all the follow-ups and moving things forward. But we did want to take a minute. We met some incredible innovators there, and take a minute to kind of go through what are some of the creative alternative funding models that we came across, because we thought that might be of interest to other founders out there who are looking for funding, because who isn't
in the
always
circular way, and
Yeah.
that's the trick, right? It's a
Yeah.
little trickier than a normal SaaS business with no inventory,
High margin.
high margin.
Our next business, high margin.
Buy now, pay later.
Okay, so these are
Okay,
some
sorry.
of the things that we saw. So one, and you can look at, I'll list these companies, you can look them up and reach out if you have questions for them. But one was just really straightforward, getting a big corporation to fund your project in a particular location. It gives the corporation kind of high visibility that they're doing work in climate crisis, ESG, and in this example that we're giving is Plastic Fisher. They are just announced a really big partnership with Allianz, the insurance company. So good on them for that. Super jealous. If any major companies out there want to sponsor G diapers, we're available for chat.
And Plastic Fisher, they work up in low
They're
middle
both
income-
in
Yep.
India, and also Indonesia, and they have a really cool net essentially that goes through the rivers that just collects all of the waste. It's really low tech and incredibly straightforward and efficient.
So we think that those sort of corporate ESG ones seem to get some appeal in these low to middle income countries.
Yeah,
I
it
think.
can, and
Yeah.
obviously the companies want to seem to be doing good.
Another one is a great Australian company, Living Seawalls, who was actually a finalist in the Earthshot Prize, Prince William's Earthshot Prize.
Last year, yeah, they're
Brilliant. And fantastic meeting that team over in Davos. They have managed to bring in some grants from trusts, which is fantastic, non-dilutive money, which is all fabulous. So that's a good example.
And every one of these groups have like lots of different funding models, I'm sure. So this is just things that are public information.
Yep.
Ija Ice. These guys are really interesting. They have a tricycle that has a solar-powered ice unit on it, and it's because, and I'm sorry, Yusuf, I'm going to get all this wrong, but the basics is that there's so much loss in the fish industry from things can't get sold fast enough, and if you don't have a way to refrigerate, of course you lose all of that fresh seafood, and it creates all kinds of horrific carbon and different emissions and things. So look up Ija Ice if you want more information on it. But what they have done some interesting things, both with World Bank and I believe green bonds. So that was kind of, we looked a little bit at bonds, blue bonds, green bonds, and played a little bit in that space. So that's interesting ideas there.
That's a debt instrument, so that when you do good you're doing things that are very measurable for the environment, and when you check off those environmental impacts, you get paid. So it's quite a clever way, a different way, and something we came across recently. Ownershift is actually not a Davos connection, but a dear, fantastic
Boomerang
Labs, circular economy cohort. Amelia there has developed a technology to power the re-commerce world here in Australia. So working with brands, for example, Country Road or Patagonia, and helping them facilitate the sale of their clothes as secondhand goods. But what she's managed to do is a strategic partnership with Australia Post. So if you're in the business, in the circular economy of reverse logistics, I've got to somehow get a product from a person's house back to my warehouse to clean it, photograph it, and sell it again. You need a strategic partner. And I just thought that was really clever to bring in Australia Post, who are very enthusiastic about this kind of thing. So that was Ownershift.
And
Check
again,
them out.
because you're in, when you're in trying to solve these big issues around the UN SDGs, then big corporations are looking to do things and partner with companies who are actually making an impact.
What's the next one?
So actually, Serious Shea. This is so clever. William, who I just adored and gave me some beautiful shea butter, but so Serious Shea is looking to protect the deforestation of shea trees
In Burkina
Faso particularly, because I guess the trees are being deforested at a high rate, and it's causing all kinds of environmental degradation.
Using it for burning. It's terrible.
So what they've done as a way to fund what would be typically like non-profit work is they then have created a whole network around the shea industry where they create these beautiful products and they've put them in gorgeous packaging, and then they're selling them as corporate gifts so that the corporates can put, it's a bamboo lid, you can put your corporate logo on it, you're buying multiple units, they're your holiday gifts or thank you gifts, maternity gifts, whatever it is, any gift that the corporate wants to give. And they're not only are they supporting the mostly women who make the Shea products, but that the profit from those products then goes back into support their environmental work. So just, kind of it'd be like us selling a diaper bag to support free diapers we gave away, but just an interesting model to kind of get your head around.
And the last one?
So, I was gonna say there were so many to pick from, but also Panovo. So they have a really cool paint. One of the biggest things that Declan from Panovo kind of got in my head was that the single biggest plastic item in the ocean is paint. Like, you don't even think of paint as being plastic, but when we clean paint off, it often gets sandblasted, and it ends up becoming microplastics, and it blows into the ocean. So not just when you're doing bridges and cleaning ships and boats and repainting things, but pretty much everything everywhere. So paint is the single biggest item of plastic in the ocean, and he's fought really hard to get that on the UN plastic agenda, so good on you, Declan, for that. But Panovo, they've done, along with some other things, they've also did Ocean Accelerator. So there's accelerator programs, some involve cash, some don't, but it's always worth checking out which ones do. I know Catapult is one that Panovo's involved with, and I think some of the other Uplink folks also were involved with Catapult. They've come highly recommended. Elemental has been recommended as a good one. The Ocean Impact Fund in Australia, Ocean Impact Organization.
OIO.
They also, their accelerator has some funding, so just something else to look for.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the normal stuff.
Yeah, impact investment. But can I wrap on a slightly different but related note? So Circular Australia has just formed. It was New South Wales Circular, now it's Circular Australia. It's the peak Australian body for all things circular. And I'm very excited that I'm a board member there, but we have a big mandate to figure out how to get more funding into fantastic circular economy businesses here in Australia. So more to come on that front. We're really excited. We've got circular.
Or if you're in a business that's interesed in trying to get involved, be part of a circular solution, and you have funding, well,
she's a machine. Anyway,
then please reach out either for G Diapers or Circular Australia.
And we're back on maybe 2 times a week.
Maybe once
in the arena.
We
love doing this. We've got lots more things to update you on about all things circular and here in the arena. Is that it?
That's it.
That's it. See you next time. Bye.